right, the awakened state, the awakening. What is the awakening? There's no doubt to anyone who's actually lived it, breathed it, and are currently living it or breathing what the awakened state is. Now, maybe they have different versions of how they describe it or talk about it or how they lived it or how they went through it. But it is an absolute immersing or immersion or an absorbent in a realized moment of the essence or energetics or spirit of life, and it is not an interior moment and it's not an exterior moment. It is an absolute embodiment of the two, and there is no one there. There's no ego, there's no presence, and it's as if you took a match and you lit the Roman candle of yourself on fire, and boom, every fiber, every cell, every molecule, nanomolecule, every particle, mental, emotional thought, physically in your body and around you is lit up like the biggest Roman candle you've ever seen, and you are alive. You are immersed into absolute, the purest, most natural, true nature of self or source, and you are lit up. The light goes on. And in meditation, people confuse oneness with the awakened state. Okay, I'll do future videos on that, but in the awakened state, oh, I am. There is no doubt when it occurs, and there is no doubt when it is realized. It takes a while to believe it because you're in such a no self, no one here zone. No you is how I've tried to display it or talk about it. It does not go away. It's not a meditation experience that goes away in a day, a week, a month, a year. It stays alive in you. For myself, in 2005, I lived in it. I lived in an absolute pure, and recently I've joyously, wonderfully described it with a friend of mine as the Om stage. And when I mean Om, just the bellows of that Tibetan Om. And in that aliveness of self, for myself, I spent 4 solid months in that Om stage, from April to August 2005. The byproduct of it is undeniable to see if you can see it. And the reality is undeniable. It is absolutely the most beautiful realization of the human being experience of life. It is the most natural experience of a human being, of life. It is the simplest experience of a human being of life. It is also the most profound and the most prolific experience of the human being. To all those who've gone through it, namaste, hello. To all those who are going through it, safe journey. These days, many people are talking about the awakened state, and usually they're talking about a oneness experience where the tensions build up and they have a breakthrough and they have this beautiful release of inner peace or serenity. The awakened state is mentally, emotionally, inward, outward. You are connected into an aliveness and an awareness. And for myself, after the first day, I thought it was going to dissolve and go away. 2 days went by, a week went by, a month went by, 2 months went by, a year went by. It's never changed. Now, working within it and life around myself has, yet it hasn't. So it's a beautiful experience. It's not to be, it's a great rite of passage. It's not to be generalized by society or practitioners. You know, for years it was power of now, or power of now, consciousness, enlightenment, stream of consciousness, and now it's the awakening. Okay? Terminology used by those who were seeking. Many people that claim to teach it talk about it mentally. Oh, well, this is, I am, and it's an immersion, and it's like after repeatedly being around it. No, those are students. Those are students. When you arrive, you realize, I am awake. I am alive. I am not, I am. Namaste to those who are realized, and namaste to those who are on the journey to be realized.